Up on the Edwards. They'll ride each other into the paint. Count it. Foul. Gobert cleans it up. Dallas a foul again. Green. His defense, long reach. Conley's on Doncic, double. Once again, climbs the ladder. What a start for rookie Derek Lively. On one side, the bounce pass from Wade, and throws down a sledgehammer.
This is where the name comes in. Luka Doncic is one of the best EuroLeague players in the world of the international games and the FIBA World Cup game, every game in between. Since back playing in Real Madrid, he has definitely made his all-time career the best player that he has ever been achieving, with the new lights of a goal, receiving awards from the playoffs, and it was the best of his moment that he's been turning. All in all, for once. The better way for now of Luka Doncic, he's playing against Rudy Gobert from France. Slovenian player, definitely played it in the Olympics, and this is what definitely happened. All in all, after a half-court shot, he wanted to change things up. Definitely deep threes, better passes, he's going to do it all as he can. And what do you know? He's definitely the best EuroLeague player, playing in every career of the season before 2019 trade line with the team. Since 2020 of the Mavericks and the Lakers, it was nowhere option because he had a hard contest to go right over from LeBron James. But his next goal is going to be a struggle right in the zone. I know he's doing well, but let's keep the fact in there. It's a tight one, but you've got to play it for one of your best. Even if it happens with any other player that can definitely score the bucket and can't get it in, or it could be a hard defensive effort. That's a better one to have the visiting team to score more over the home team. That's going to be like, what in the world? The fight is on in between the Wolves and Mavs.
Coming out is his passing ability.
Minnesota team, that's the second lowest. Nice pass from big to big from Karl Anthony Towns.
Issues, some tightness there, and a foul one they say throughout these playoffs. A fake by Doncic, a twirl, he'll set, he'll lean, he'll fall, he'll foul. Lively cleans it up. Into McDaniels, stutter stepping, stammering Lively. Doncic with McDaniels there. Shot clock at 7. Luka will make a move, lets it rip. Doncic puts it in, 4-point Dallas lead.
But there can be only one way that can definitely help them all. Even if Mike Conley has been playing it with his team, it's definitely against Luka Doncic. The better superstar factor players has definitely putting a lot of range in. And you don't have to say, how could Luka Magic do the thing? It's just how it happens. But the Wolves may have an answer in there. They haven't been making it to the finals for the first time because they didn't really make it that far. And it was the end of it in the second round. But this time, it must be a win to move on or get eliminated. It's a tough one. No one stands out for Luka Magic moment.
Just our energy. I think we shared the ball really well. We were knocking down shots. We were open shots, so just our sharing the ball and our energy was great.
Disappointed for sure. I think it's simple. Got to the Western Conference Finals, couldn't get the job done. It hurts, This team's worked tremendously hard, not only improving ourselves as players, but as a team, collectively, just playing together, trusting the process through the ebbs and flows of the seasons and all the adversity. We found a way to always stick together and move forward together. So disappointed for us. We worked hard, obviously didn't get the result we wanted.
Down. Doncic will drive and take advantage and feed, and Gafford is there to flush.
2 ball games from 3.
Doncic with a 3, sticks it. Wow.
7-0 personal run here.
I don't decide what I'm going to look before the play. I just see what defense gives me. I didn't expect that we're going to switch. We're just going to play that pick and roll. I told you live coming. We'll just figure out from there. Like I always say, stay together, positive energy. At some point, we're down 18 on the road, which is insane to come back. So we believe till the end of the buzzer.
But here's another thing that I was calling for. Mike Conley, he has some live words to take over it, and about the Mavericks.
we really had a great opportunity in front of us. Had a lot of leads throughout the games this series, and when you give teams opportunities to stick around and make it a possession game, they have two of the best in the game at closing games. So that kind of bit us when it came down to it.
I think we talk about that last 3-4 minutes where we play with energy. You know, we said we need to play like that. We're getting stops, especially boxing out, and then our pace got to be high. So those 3-4 minutes we took as example.
Mike and some of the other guys were saying, you know, series maybe wasn't lost entirely tonight, but those first two games.
No, for sure.
Yeah,
that hurt. That 18-point lead in the second game hurt. I think that's the turning point. Easy. Nothing's easy when in the playoffs, let alone NBA basketball. I mean, I said it early in the playoffs. You know, we've always done it the Minnesota way, the toughest way possible, and I don't think mentally we were out or checked out or anything like that. You know, we've been used to having adversity. We always find ourselves putting ourselves in a bad position and finding a way to get out of it. So just it didn't work out. You know, played with fire maybe a little too many times, and played a great team who played amazing and then hit shots when they had to hit shots. So I'm not going to come out here at all and say, you know, it was just all us against ourselves that cost us. You know, they had to make shots and play well, and they did that. That team is well coached. They got great players. You know, gotta give credit where credit's due.
It just happened right in between of a Tubi alley, but you would never thought that Luka Doncic has done all of his better to finish Game 2. But this is whatever happens, because he is ready to fight and see if he can challenge his way up to the next spot.
And it's only a 1-point lead here, but that's just Rudy Gobert in an impossible situation. I don't totally understand. I know they wanted to switch back with McDaniel, but Lively did a great job getting out of there.
But Coach, look at this. He had him on skates from the beginning.
No,
My goodness.
I agree.
Dancing with the stars, whatever you want to call it.
Great, but like I said, you know, first to four, nothing is won. We gotta just think about next game, not in the future, not in the present. This game, so we just gotta think about next game. That's it.
This is what's gonna happen with the intense matchup, as this one is in between of Timberwolves and the Mavericks. You're about to see what's going on for the Western Conference Finals from in between of Rudy Gobert and Luka Doncic. The ones that they played here in the international games, it's all for anything. This was all I had to go with, and it's never going to be a last-longing game, but you are about to be finding out who can get to the finals on the other hand. It's time to see what they can do. Woods to land. You ready or not? Let's find out who takes it here.
Couple series, Doncic will wheel and draw the double, and Gafford is free.
Well, those five.
Kyrie's 8 of 11. Doncic 6 of 12. Anderson kicks. Wide open. Towns 3.
And that's an unselfish play there by Colin.
Blocked right there by Anthony Edwards. Inside it goes. Curry. The lob. The deuce. And the Timberwolves score and lead by 2. Here goes the drive and the fadeaway over the reach of Gobert. For the Mavs, here is Doncic fighting right again. Boy, that has worked almost every pass down low.
Mavs, Wolves, next on 2K Sports. Hey y'all, how you doing? It's me, Phone, and I am here with my broadcasting partner with Terry Crews, and of course, the one taking all for Gangsta Beats. It's game time, folks. We're ready to show how it's done. We're gonna get everything going. And this is where we are bringing things on. It's the Dallas Mavericks, and they're facing on against the Minnesota Timberwolves for the Western Conference Finals of Game 1. If you enjoyed this one, the Boston Celtics have already been climbing its way right to a 2-0 lead over Miami Heat. And now this will be taking a road trip, and they'll be heading to Miami soon enough after the first and second game has been complete. But the hockey game is underway this soon for the conference finals in between the two. Hurricanes and the Maple Leafs at PNC Arena, and the Vancouver Canucks at home playing against the Dallas Stars at Rogers Arena. Let's show how it is, as we've got American versus the Canadian team in Eastern Conference Finals, but this one's not, because this is the only game that's happening here. In the meantime, time to see who we got. Luka Doncic with Kyrie Irving, Derek Jones Jr., and PJ Washington, and Daniel Gafford. On the other side, it's Mike Conley with Anthony Edwards, Jaden McDaniels, also known as Karl Anthony Towns, and Rudy Gobert. Let's find out who can take the next win to have the first game starting on. The next commentary I have is Paintbrush, and he's also along with the others. And it's in between of Lightbulb, and of course, it's Boomer. We'll see you all later for the post-game show right after the final horn. Keep your eyes peeled, as this will be the next one, as David Eldridge is on the sideline for the court side to get all of them started. Let's roll, fellas! Enjoy the game, folks, of the Western Conference Finals of the night. 2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the Conference Finals. We are settled in Minnesota, Minneapolis, as tonight is the first game of the Western Conference Finals. Luka Doncic on the road, and he's ready to warm things up here to start things over on with Minnesota. Mavericks, Timberwolves, coming up after the break. Good evening, everyone. It's that time as we are ready to send you down at Target Center. I'm Paintbrush, and I am here with my broadcasting partner with Lightbulb and Boomer. David Aldridge is our sideline reporter. And tonight is the biggest night. Luka Doncic is on Mike Conley, the key guarding matches and point guard. Karl Anthony Towns with PJ Washington. Derek Jones Jr. is on Jaden McDaniels. Kyrie Irving is on Anthony Edwards. And Rudy Gobert is on Daniel Gafford. Tonight's head coach is in between Jason Kidd and Chris Finch. You know, we're talking about that one here for Jason Kidd. He was really taking all of those responses. The better effort is, it's going to be a great game, and I'm hoping there is a better way to now. Hey, let's get this thing going. And this is what they're starting to do. Let's bring it back. Let's show it how it's going. We start things over as Minnesota wins the tip-off, and we are underway here in Minnesota, of Minneapolis, of the Western Conference Finals. Start things over as Karl Anthony Towns takes the drop in, and this will be his first bucket of the night. And here's Luka Doncic. He will start it over on the other side. He will now have it over to PJ Washington. Looks it over. Doncic on the drive. The foul's been started on the Wolves. That's Mike Conley's first personal foul. First team foul for Minnesota as Luka Doncic is at the free throw line, shooting two. Oh, that's not going to happen like that. I think that foul was going to be taken too many times. I think that Doncic just really wanted to start things over, and I felt like he was already a best guy, and he's playing it for him. I mean, it's not what he was really trying to do it all, but don't take the advantage of it if you try to do it from here. First free throw on a free throw trip to the line for Doncic. I'll be the first one in game number 1. Makes the first free throw. And you know what, Luka Doncic, after playing it from Real Madrid, is playing it for this performance. It's been turning like he was the biggest star, and at best, EuroLeague top moment of the play. You know, I was able to know that Luka Doncic is really a best player on the EuroLeague setup, playing it for the Slovakian, and then the FIBA game. I was really noticing that Luka Doncic has been really playing it so long. And definitely whatever happened here before, like in 2017 to 18, this was his biggest moment. You gotta believe on him because that's what Doncic has been playing it for. He's the best. And a foul's been called on PJ Washington. That would be his first personal and a first team foul for Dallas with 7:30 to go in the first. That one turns it over. Now Mike Conley just made this one there. He was trying to run the attack it and trying to slam it. But that foul got lucky for here because he's now taking a free throw line. He's shooting two. Now the Timberwolves on the other side will be taking a first free throw. As Mike Conley's at the free throw line shooting two. First free throw sets in for Mike Conley. You know, everybody's calling for because of Mike Conley. They're all shouting Conley every single time of the games, but he was really expecting it right now because that is what they were all doing. Supporting it for the teams. It's just a way that you could definitely play for, but that's what you have to do to just give him a good credit to them. The second free throw drops it in. Here's Doncic as their team is trailing by 2. Rolls it into Gafford. Bumps it off. And a great layup playing in for Gafford. As Luka Doncic with the assist. Just playing in there doesn't mean that he has really done for getting in Gafford. But that's what I always think of it now. Because that's what you always basically do. Get that thing in there. That's what they all need to try to work on it. To get that back. On a better angle, they need to get this one done right away. What a shot for Karl Anthony Towns. Making a three-pointer made it easier for that. And the pass over again to Washington. Here's the other one. The tie for Doncic. Takes a three. That one banks it for the triple on the outside of the zone. From the three-point line, it's a tie game. Look how percentages happened to Luka Doncic. That's what the East definitely was doing it because that one was really like a hard way to get that through. You can't just play without that, but that's what you need to know for. When you're playing it for a better offense, you just got to make sure you have it in the right turtle. But that's what Doncic is. They will have knocking down a three to try to shock them dead crowds down. I mean, just starting it up here doesn't mean that it's great to anybody. The pass over, now find it again to Jones Jr. Here's Gafford, right toward the middle. What a shot made! And it's another one to make it in. Coming up in the last game against Minnesota, this was happened on May 30th. And they are the Western Conference champions. And now, this game is happening here for the Celtics and the Mavericks. If you enjoyed that game, you better think of it again, because this one is the closest on a sweeping run, but I'm thinking that there might be what they are going with. Hey, let's think about it this way. I just say that they're really like playing on a hard offensive run with their setups, but you gotta think of it more. You gotta play that one when you can. Here's Stafford right toward it in the middle. He now finds it over to Jones Jr. and he will take it in here. As this time, that will be Washington with the assist. And here's another take from Mike Conley. Mike Conley trying to step back into it now. The screen for Gobert. Now here's Towns. Trying to roll it over. Conley for three. Triple range no good. And this will rebound, put it in. This one's stopped again. Double man again. Here's the three for Towns. No range triple. And this one misses the shot. Rudy Gobert had a great chance, but it just missed it again. And on Jones Jr. makes a drive. That's Doncic for the assist, and he has 4 points. Just something you know for. Derrick Jones Jr. might have that constipation he was trying to let it go through. I don't say he really does it all, but that's what you really are expecting to do when you play it for like real games. Just gotta get that one through if you can. Step back, no good for Mike Conley. Luka Doncic back to Washington. As Doncic just got his third rebound of the night, he will now have to take his own time and find for more room. The move around, finding Doncic for a three. Big, steep range. He makes another three. That's 8 points in the game. It's a 16-9 score. They're all everywhere right now. I don't know what Luka Doncic has been doing it for now. I mean, you've got to play it when you did. Timeout. timeout call. That will be Minnesota's first timeout with 4:04 to go. It's easier to take a timeout actually. When you're doing this, when you're playing on the court, if you're playing as a head coach, try to think of it right away. Just do your best at it. It's not going to be easier enough when you try to lead them out with a group, and you have no idea what's going to happen. Try to think of any other way you can do it that group. As right now, the games have already been changed because we only have a first game that's going to be happening here. So that will be the next changeover. So we are about to be seeing what goes on. So I decided to do is give Son of Beast a chance, and he agrees because at that moment we're about to be seeing the first game here for the NHL. Starting off the Eastern Conference first, as you have the Maple Leafs facing against the Hurricanes. That will be the first game that's happening here at 7:30 p.m. And then probably along the next game, as we will get on the other side soon, we got a great ones to take, and that one will be on the other side of it to keep your eyes peeled here. After the Western Conference, the second game, then we take you over right down to the other way, as you got a great matchup skier. If you're sticking into the NBA, that'll be the first game, and then that will be a 9:30 game. 8:30 game will be still the same for the Heat and the Celtics, and a 9:30 game will be the other side, the Stars against the Canucks. All games only on Son of Beast. Checking out for Luka Doncic, only hit 33 on that one, but they might be playing it what they have. I can say that for Luka Doncic. He's been really all for best in the point conversations, but you can always can't let them get right toward the lineup on that group, and you can definitely tell them that when you ever play it like this is what they get to do for every career to the goals game. Passing over back to Washington, and Luka Doncic will try to make a new setup change. They give and go to Washington on the drive, and they will take it in. That's another bucket for the Dallas Mavericks, and Doncic with the assist. He's flying by. He's on fire right now. He's just throwing the ball away quickly, and you can definitely just spot that one out. You've got to play him like that. Conley on Doncic. The pass over. McDaniels for three. Missed from the outside, and it's Gabber with a rebound. Now the pass over again to Washington. He's over again to Kyrie Irving. Irving swings it over to Doncic. Doncic finding it over the pass, and it's broken up by Rudy Gobert. Here's McDaniels off to Conley, broken to play. The last touch will be on PJ Washington. Now any substitutions are on the lineup. 3 players are checked off the court, as now it's Exo, Hardaway Jr., and Lively II are checked in. The Timberwolves are making new changes here, as you have his McLaughlin, and he's also in Naz Reid. Then it's Anthony Edwards as he's trying to find another way to get through. And lastly, we have it across from here. You know the name of it. Washington from the outside gives again to Doncic. Doncic gives it over, now finding again to Exum. Exum stepping up the pace. Over McLaughlin. He'll give it back. Finding it over again, Hardaway Jr. from the corner. Passing over, Exum gives to Doncic after Exum, and he makes that shot in. Timeout call by Minnesota Wolves with only 2:20 to go in the first quarter. No, that's what they always expected now. That's what they are getting over this. Look at Doncic just trying to let that one gap it in. I just don't even believe how they done this. But there was no way they had to try to defend it. They really are trying to let someone else go with the attackers. They are really trying to stop them and slow down. I don't know what's going to keep on happening with that. It's just a hard way they're trying to do. They can't leave their mark alone, and that's what they are not just doing. Keep their eye on it straight. I mean, this is what they are really done for. They can't let that be out there for whatever reason at the same time. But they got to do something else about it for the Timberwolves to get right into it. They need to make sure they have it all covered up. New line group substitution for the Timberwolves as Anderson is checked on the court, and he's also along with As the kiddo, Alexander Walker. Kleba checked in as he's right now another changeover for Exxon. Oh, Doncic! That is a deflection and blocked a shot. Oh, that's like no pressure. How could Doncic do that? And with that dunk, are you serious? That's like unbelievable that they have to play for. No answer to that. Luka Doncic is already like trying to like sound like it's down there. Reed for three. Able to shoot the triple range. It's a 22-12 game. 1:40 left to go in the first quarter. Now he's coming in down right toward the lineup here, and he gives it over again to Maxi Kleba. Kleba trying to look it over. The pass to Lively. And he makes that with first bucket. Just only 36 points going on for Luka Doncic as he's finishing up already in game 5, and there was no way he would have had to handle it all because there's no chance that you have to try to stop and do. Because if that happens, they may not have expected more of an occasional. Well, it's just what they don't do. I mean, you really have to believe and honor that. You gotta have to make sure you get that one over with at a true time. If nobody has that one in there, they can't let that be out there for a while. They had nowhere else to go, and they can't let that be get out of here after all some time. You know what pacing is? It doesn't mean that anybody does. That's what they all can't do. Like leave them alone, make the mess. This is what nobody has ever done like that. Here's Anthony Edwards for 2, and he misses again. Just 30 seconds for the first quarter of the game. Cleveland now finding again to Hardaway Jr. Trying to pull it out. Now back to Doncic. Doncic gives it over, now finding again to Cleveland. 5 to shoot. With the take, Hardaway Jr. Up for the 2. Ranging in. They'll got it back. And here's Doncic. Doncic for the 3. Triple range, no good. And will he try to kick it in? No, that's off the backboard. That ends the first quarter here. It's a 24-12 start. Doncic's team is on the tape, and we'll have a quick break when we come back after this. You're watching the NBA Western Conference Finals on 2K Sports. Be back after these messages. And we welcome you back here as we're ready to start the second quarter. 24-12 is the start here as the Doncic's team is trying to strike them out in the first game. But it doesn't seem what they can expect if they have it all. You know, just a change. It doesn't mean what they all have to do for, because when you playing it for real time of the games, they can't let that happen again. They need to find somebody else that can try to take them over with the trust out there. We need to make sure they have it all covered out. We start the second quarter as we're ready to get this thing going. Minnesota, Mike Conley's with Alexander Walker. Rudy Gobert in the center. Jaden McDaniels with Karl Anthony Towns. And for the Mavericks, we have is Dwight Powell. He's checked in on the court. And he's also along with James Hardy. And it's Josh Green in the other way. And we have the other one as we've got is a great one for Kyrie Irving. And lastly, we have it across him here is all you know for PJ Washington. Washington now finds again Irving. He finds it again at Hardy. Hardy trying to work it out of way around. Dwight Powell on it. And here's a take. Irving for the triple. Misses the outside. Towns with the rebound now finding the air away again to come. Here's a take for Alexander Walker after the dunk by Rudy Gobert. Fade shot. Layup in. Good. Nice take for Karl Anthony Towns. It's a 26-16 game. You know, I can always say with Karl Anthony Towns, that's a finishing drive to have that in the touch. The better reason it is they are really going down the town. Flow the line, let's get it going. The 3 for Hardy. Missed again. Rudy Gobert with an rebound now fighting McDaniels. And here's McDaniels trying to cover it in. Finding Conley. Trying to swing it over again. The cut in, here's the take. And the drive will set it in for Mike Conley. They're back to get this thing covered in there. By 8. They have nowhere else to go. They have no else to do. They can't be leaving this one all alone. They had no constipation of trying to like get the ball back, but that is just how hard I get there. The pass over to Green. Green over McDaniels. That shot doesn't go in. Powell with the rebound. Back to Hardy. He now has it again to Green. Sinks it over again to Washington. Washington for 2. Pass it over, and he has his another bucket in. That's 4 points that night. When you're playing it for PJ Washington, that's what he's been really doing. After playing with the Charlotte Hornets, he's really not in a heavy mood, and I don't know what's going to keep on coming in. They really have to expect it now. Playing in there is not just an easier way to do. Now he's serving. He tries to give over to Hardy. The pass over now finds Powell. Powell trying to give over to him. Now finding Irving. 5:15 left to go in the first half of the game. Finds Hardy. Hardy for the 2. Step up range. And he got it in. That's another bucket for the Mavericks. First bucket for Hardy. Timberwolves trail by 10. Gobert trying to fight on Powell. Last bucket in, and he'll have it back again for 2 times in a row. I had no confidence in the feelings, but I wasn't even sure enough if Rudy Gobert was going to take that in there. How Hardy finds again Green. Looks it over to Washington. He now has it over to Green. Lost the ball. This one goes back to Conley. Here's the fast break. And he got it in. Nice take from Mike Conley. We're down by 6. Now a chance over again to Powell. Looks it again to Josh Hardy. Give again to Powell. Off to Green. Green. Step and drive. Oh, and he will take it in there. That would be a nice cutting play for Josh Green. That's his first bucket of the night. Playing in the gear for real because Josh Green was taking a quick step in. That makes a cut of it. And he has no idea what he can do. But he's thinking, okay, let's try a quick drive. Maybe this will help me do the figure. But he just did. He just got a great one taken over, but that's what you got to do. You get in there in time. Irving now finds again to Green. Green gives a pass over to Irving. Looks it over. Washington. Step around. Rolls in and out. 3:30 left to go in the first half. And Alexander Walker will have it the other way. Sliding across the court. The pass over to Towns. Towns spins around, puts it in. Another 2-pointer for the Wolves. They are pushing in now by 4. Timeout call by Dallas Mavericks. Just 3:16 left to go. Okay, just for playing in there. That's what all have to be fun and epic. Nothing to get that out of here, but that's what they always expect them to do. But nice play it is. Gotta have it. As of right now, as the end of the first half is near, we are ready to have a halftime show coming up. As we got the great looks in between. Ernie Johnson, Kenny Jet Smith, and Trevor Neal. That will be all the games happening here with the first half close. As now the Wolves with the probability and the Mavericks with this off start for Luka Doncic. The better backhand, probably, but you may never know what's going to happen now. And that's all the games coming up after the first half. We'd like to remind you that the NBA playoffs in 2K Sports of the Western Conference Finals is brought to you by Starry Lines. American Express. Don't live life without it. And by Sour Patch Kids. Sour, sweet, gone. New changes for the Mavericks is right now Lively the second is checked back on the court with Luka Doncic. Tim Hardaway Jr. moves it over as XM is on the court, and Washington as Gafford is on the court here. Reed and Edwards are checked in. Just down to 3 minutes. Open look for Doncic. Oh, what do you expect now? Doncic with a 3 on the 3-pointer of the game. He's got 15. Don't do this, Doncic. I just don't even believe the fact. He's really like, how hard can you definitely do for Doncic? He's been like keeping it in there. that's like not even a fair credit at all. I don't know what's going to keep on coming, but that's just unbelievable. Here's Lively the second. He will now have it over again to Exile. Then passes it with the Hardaway Jr. Hardaway Jr. now finding Doncic. Going for another take. And what do you know? That's another three for Doncic. He has 18 points. You know what happens to Luka Doncic? He just fires it across. He really wants to make his hot hands. He felt like he's almost Jimmy Butler, but that was no excuse. They had no idea what's happening. But that didn't really change everything. They had no idea what's going on. And they got to figure it out what they can get there. Doncic pass, now finding over again to Tim Hardaway Jr. Jr. trying to give again to Lively in second. And pass to Doncic. For the two, now that one will not be dropping in, as this one will stick it out as Minnesota's back the other way. A chance play in front. Here's Edwards. The pass off to Reed. And he takes it over and in your hand. That's a Reed dunk down. Oh, that's when they all just kept believing now because of Nas Reed. He was like keeping that out of here for sure. Playable like you mean it. Nas Reed, a slam down. Lively the second on the outside, now finds it again to Exum. Exum tries to swing it over again to Doncic. For another three! Oh man! Unbelievable take, guys, another three. 21 points in the game. And now here's a chance over to Anthony Edwards. Conley gives it again to Reed. Reed trying to swing it over across the pass to Towns. Over Lively the second. That misses again. Great rebound here for Lively and a great defensive effort. Give and go to Doncic. Here he comes, and he's fouled. That'll be another team foul for Minnesota as Karl Anthony Towns with another foul. We're under a minute to go in the first half. You know, he's definitely like all playable. How could Luka Doncic do every single game and playing it for every other season? He's been like a blast. Well, I say what the blast is now because Luka Doncic has just been like on the fire range about. I mean, he is just like a hot streak to do for one of his takes. I know he's definitely in arrangement, but that's what his kaboom looks like because that is why it's magic. Maybe named here, it's a Luka magic moment. You gotta play for it real. Cleveland's checked in, as right now the Wolves are making new changes. Anthony Edwards moves over to a short full small forward. Anderson and the other side we have is McLaughlin and Monte Morris are checked in. Doncic gets his second free throw. 23 points of the night in game one. Now here's another one for Anderson. Cleveland's on him now. And a take on a drive, and yes, he does. There's a great slam down for Kyle Anderson. A 43-46 game. Trying to look back at it again. Here's another one from Maxi Cleveland. Under 30 seconds left to go. Luka Doncic wanted to change it up before the halftime's on. And off to Lively the second. Spins around, makes it in. That's another one for the turnaround shot for every team. And Lively the second has the second bucket. Here's Reed. And it will take the drive in. Here's Exum. 10 seconds left to remain in the first half. And the pass over now finding Doncic. Doncic will start things to shut them down in the first half. 45-38 is the score. Well, I guess there might be a way to get answer back, so let's hope there's more room. And a chance now to send you down to David Aldridge on the court side. David?
Thanks very much, PJ. Hot start offensively. How do you continue that in the second half?
I think we did a great job of attacking the rim and kicking out to our teammates and making open shots. So we got back away from that in the second quarter, but we got to do a better job of that coming out of halftime.
Stick with what works, right? Thanks for your time, man. Back to you.
All right, David, thank you so much. Please stand by for the halftime show. We'll get right to the first quarter after this break.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Ernie Johnson. Kenny the Jet Smith is right here. Say hey to the folks, Kenny.
Hey, folks.
Say hey to the folks, Shaq.
Hey, folks.
Hey, let's get this party started. Okay. Luka Doncic has been the story in this one. He had 23 points, 3 assists, and 6 rebounds. He's in a crazy zone right now and seems to be even hotter than he was in their last game. Shaq, what's your take on Dallas?
The difference so far is with the efficiency of the offense. The ball movement is really good. It's not good to be possession if they have to. Overall, they're making every possession count.
Kenny, let's get your input on the Timberwolves.
The energy on D is good for disappointment. They were no rotation. Communication was bad. No effort. I mean, the intensity on that end of the floor, where it needs to be, was just not there.
And that's a wrap. With the third quarter approaching, we now send you back to Kevin and the crew.
You've been watching the 2K Sports Halftime Show. Welcome back to Target Center as we're ready to start the second half of the game. One half is behind us, and the second half is on now. Luka Doncic is already on fire right at this moment here for the start of the second half as he's down 1 block. But the great three-pointers happen, he's on fire tonight. They just have been playing out there. I know this is happening for Luka Doncic tonight, but it may not be what they're expecting it for because they got to play for someone with real life and make communication in there. Hopefully there's another chance to get there. With the start of Dallas, we have this Luka Doncic and Kyrie Irving. Lively the second with Jones Jr. and PJ Washington right to the outside. Other side for the Wolves, we have this Rudy Gobert, Mike Conley, and Luka Doncic. Dave Daniels is on again, and it's Karl Anthony Towns, Anthony Edwards, and Rudy Gobert. With the start of a bucket, PJ Washington, he has 6 points. Here's Conley. Watching the screen for Towns. Towns from the outside. Takes it over. Puts it in for the 2. No miss here for Minnesota. 7:15 left to go in the third quarter. And Doncic, oh my! What a dunk here! Doncic on a dunk down. Hey, the better thing that happens right now for Luka Doncic is slamming it already. I mean, keeping it alive out there is not always easier or effective, but don't ever get it comfortable when you get there. Here's Rudy Gobert on the other side, trying to push it in. On a drive, makes it in. Another bucket made for Rudy Gobert. He has his first bucket. 3 out of 6 of the field goals, only 5 rebounds and 1 steal. Well, it's just playing it that you got to do here. I mean, you got to play for a lot like a harder way to get through it. It's not going to be easy enough when you try to do it for more. And here's another take here for Jones Jr. Jones Jr. now finds again to Washington. And a drive for Washington, no good. Here's McDaniels. Over now to Edwards. Great look, but no shot made for Anthony Edwards as he misses another one. They're starting to get over this one. That's what the defenders are trying to do for. Contest that shot. It's not too many really what they're expecting from, but they are playing it so hard that they got to try to figure it out. Here's another take for Washington. 5 to shoot. And a take for the back stepper. The jumper no good. And there missed by Dallas is now here's McDaniels. For the outside, trying to get in. The pass to Rudy Gobert. And Towns right toward in the middle, trying to get over to get Rudy Gobert. And a drive puts it in. It's a 49-42 game as Karl Anthony Towns with another 6. That's just going to play games in here, but that's what they always going to get. Karl Anthony Towns with a better pass and that reception to right Rudy Gobert. That's what he needs to keep it in there for one third takeover. The better play is he's going to get over it. Oh, here comes Conley. He's going to take it. And he's fouled. And no bucket one made. Derek Jones Jr. with the foul. And a look for Mike Conley on better points in the game. The better record was 60.2, 20-21-22. Well, playing it for half of the year for, and this is what happened for the Utah Jazz. That's what's going to keep on causing things down. Because, this one is not really what they all have to be tamed on. And this is what they can't really usually do if they try to, keep the message of their attackers. I know it's just hard enough for Mike Conley to get that through, but you can always expect a little bit of changes to get back to it. Daniel Gafford checked in for likely the second. And you know how obviously for Mike Conley that happens with the Utah Jazz, but then the other side of it doesn't really take over. The better chances are, gotta play it like upper point guards on. Second free throw good for Mike Conley. The Timberwolves trail by 5 as Luka Doncic with the ball, and now finds again to Irving. Irving gives again to Jones Jr. Jones Jr. finds again to Gafford. Gafford over to swinging to Doncic. And Washington with a shot. Takes a drive. That's another bucket for PJ Washington. That's 8 points for the Mavericks. You just really have to say that PJ Washington is really trying to go aggressive, angry look, and then trying to get him facing off and make the layup drive. And I don't believe that he could definitely do that. Here's a take, and Doncic alone. Not this time. Mike Conley takes it over. Force on a wing, under 5 minutes to go. Rudy Gobert finding Daniels. McDaniels trying to enter it in over to Gobert. What a dunk takeover. And it's now a bang with a slam down. And McDaniels with the assist. Oh, that takeover there. That's when I just really see what's going on. You know, McDaniels is trying to give over again to Rudy Gobert, and that's a slam down. I mean, he's trying to get this thing over. Back to Doncic. Right over it with the drive, and he is dumping it in. Doncic has got 27 points in the game. And it's another take for the Maverick drive. And McDaniels finds a pass to Gobert. Gobert gives again to McDaniels. McDaniels on a drive, makes it in. Another 2-pointer for McDaniels. And it's now a 53-48 game. 3:45 left to go in the third quarter. He has it over again to Jones Jr. Again, inside the arc. It's denied by the Cat. Finally takes the ball over. Reception to look for it in between defender and defender. The other way it goes. McDaniel doesn't take it in there. And a second chance doesn't go in. That's going to be a hard one to take. I just really like that Cat just made a great the setting of a defensive effort, and that's what's going on right now. He's been playing it, and he is trying to get his defending to get the block run. Here's Jones Jr. not finding it again to Gafford. Looks it over. Here's Doncic. Another step for the 2. Oh man, he is that good. Makes another 3. And he is on fire. How can you beat over the other guys? I don't know. It's what they all expected to happen. Because the McDaniels, they just saw that Luka Doncic is trying to throw it off. That's crazy. Great part of the games that ever happened already, and this is what they're turning it big. They can't believe it how that happened. The NBA Western Conference Finals on 2K Sports is brought to you by Starry Lines, American Express, don't live life without it, and by State Farm. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. New changes for the Mavericks and for the Wolves. As Nas is checking back off the court. As right now he's with Monte Morris and Akita Alexander-Walker. Across the other way with Kyle Anderson, we have another one here that's coming on for Anthony Edwards. Still looking for a possession. Tim Hardaway Jr. is out there with Josh Green. And it's Maxi Kleber. And finally, it's James Harden. The foul has been called on the Mavericks. That will be another foul to give for Daniel Gafford. That's going to be a little bit of a difficult range out there. Not sure what's entirely doing, but that's what nobody has been doing to keep that scoring right down the offense. Because if this happens, they can't let this one score in big if they're going to try to keep it over it. Edwards gets the free throw. You know, the other man I really love, because I happened to be on a start for it, as a player in this defending effort, because he was definitely really keeping it off for once. And you know, the better thing that happened with it's because of Anthony Edwards has been really keeping it in there. And this is what happens most of the time. He's been keeping it in there a lot. A better bit honest the chances ever. I just say that Anthony Edwards has been really keeping it all up. You know, better safe than sorry. But because of Anthony Edwards has been really keeping it all into it. The better man is, he really takes a lot of it with his subception. And it's nothing to be really careful. won't take a lot of effort here, but that's not what nobody has been really doing it for. And it's not always when you get playing it again. And because that is too many times you're getting this thing out of the way. They have nowhere else to do. They've got to get this one in there as soon as they can. Not even anybody can definitely try to answer that enough, but they can't lose that on. Another take for Green. He finds it again, and Kleba tikes the three, and he will answer it off from the bench points group. First three-pointer for Maxi Kleba. Up and away by 9. Here's Edwards, a deep three. In the corner, no good. Josh Green with his first rebound. Under 2 minutes to go. It's just unhelpful. Anthony Edwards would have been able to make a three-pointer. That would have been easier. He would have almost had that made it. The takeover drive for Green makes another one in. That's another bucket for the Dallas Mavericks. He gets his 4 points in the game. Over to Anderson for 3. And rebounded. He will put that back. And he said, no one can take that ball away. I still take that dunk. How do you like me now? Oh, wow. If you don't even try to defend it, that's when somebody is trying to mess it up. Oh, God. I wasn't able to see what goes on. That may have been the one thing to go with Nas Reed to try to cover up the ball and then just put the dunk already. I mean, that is like, wow. You ever would have expected what happened again. I know. This would never be like this when they can definitely play for it. They have been going over it. The three for Nas Reed is no good. 40 seconds left to remain in the third quarter. And he now has it over. The take to Irving, drive, and he's fouled. That's Monte Morris with another foul for Minnesota. Just 36 seconds left to go in the third quarter.
Irving, 2 shots.
Irving takes the free throw. And now for some new changes coming on the court. We have this D.Y. Powell checking in for Daniel Gafford. And across from the other side, as he got a great one to take here for the Wolves, Alexander Walker checked out as he will move over to small forward as McLaughlin's checked in. Irving gets the second free throw. They call it Uncle Drew. How could he ever expect to do for him if he does more? Maybe there's another way to have it settled in to get right from here. Never take. Alexander Walker for 3. Got that in. And it's now back down by 10. Just 20 seconds left in the third quarter. And it looks like Irving will try to settle it down now to let the clock roll down. And with only 10 seconds left, Irving will try to switch it over. Irving with the take. Here's the buzz beater, and he knocks it in. That ends the third quarter, a 67-55 game. They're up by 12, and it looks like we've got one more quarter to go. Let's find out who will take the win in this game. I guess it's going to be all 4 Mavericks. They've been knocking it in here. Yeah, I think so too. I think Mavericks going to start 1-0. Fourth quarter is coming up after the break. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right with you after this. And a huddle now for Jason Kidd.
Good team, good ball. Understand something. 1 shot, 1 rebound, and let's go. We take care of the ball, get good shots, and get back on defense. Keep talking.
Efficiently, I always gotta say that Jason Kidd has already been okay now for the formal player, but he looks like they're wanting to choke him out. I have no idea how he's handling it all, but this is what I can always say for the Dallas Mavericks. They are really a freshman over. Hey, just a great thing about having them. Jason Kidd, Willie Dunn. For the last group of Minnesota, we have is Jaden McDaniels. He's also along with the Rudy Gobert. And across from here is Mike Conley. Back right toward in the center, and McLaughlin is right on the other side with Rudy Gobert. And for Dallas Mavericks, Luka Doncic is with Derrick Jones Jr. Then it's Kyrie Irving right towards from the outside of the back. Lively to second, right toward the center, and it's Washington right toward from the back. He finds a pass. Doncic for another three. Big in the triple, no good. 7 minutes left remaining in the fourth quarter. On a start run, here's Conley. The pass over to Cat. What a drive. In reverse, and after Conley with the assist, it's a 67-60 game. Just really keep that going out there. I'm just really noticing what's going on now. I mean, they can't let that floor down. And it's back again to Jones Jr. Jones Jr. with a two. Step and pop in. It's good. Number 2 for the Mavericks. He has 6 points for Derrick Jones on the bucket. Now here's a chance for Rudy Gobert right toward the infield center. Looks it up. That's another miss by Minnesota. And here's another one for Kyrie Irving. Right over from the other side of it is Jones Jr. Over another for a three. Wow, he's making another three. That's his biggest game of the night. 33 points in a row. Stop making threes. Stop that. That's what they all expected now by Luka Doncic. He's been like shooting crazy already. Oh no, don't do this. I just really know that Luka Doncic is really like on a pressure in the showdown. They are really noticing they want to try to like block it. I don't know what he's going to try to do if he doesn't. They have been knocking it straight through. That's sick. I mean it. That's sick already when you play it like that. Yeah, just when you do for Luka Doncic, that's what you got to do. PJ Washington at the free throw line shooting 2 after a foul called on Karl Anthony Towns. That will be another team foul for Minnesota. And he'll be at the free throw line shooting 2. Makes the first free throw. On for the different change is now he is bringing another new group. Irving and Lively the second are checked out as Exum and Gaffer are checked in. The Wolves are making new changes. Edwards is checked in for Jordan McLaughlin. Second free throw good for PJ Washington. Now the chance here for the free throws and the effort, got a little bit of heavy range, but hopefully I like to see what they can do now. Okay, just to pick a player and play, you just gotta keep on going. I mean, they've got to find another way to get through it. I don't know what's going to keep on happening right now, but I just really stare enough that this could be a lot of big changes. Oh, there's a steal from Rudy Gobert. Here's Edwards. Edwards right toward the wing. Pass over to Conley. Conley, alley-oop, and Gaffer denied that pass to Gobert. And here's another one to Jones Washington. He's up and misses again. Conley right forward in the right way. Over to Edwards. Oh! Down. And slam. That is a slender guarding. Looking out. And that dunk was Anthony Edwards. Oh, that's what everyone's saying. Let's say you slam down. Number 3 for Doncic. That's another miss for Dallas Mavericks. You see what I told you to say stop shooting the three-pointers? I told you to stop shooting three-pointers. Maybe he doesn't want to care about it at all. But I guess he wants to have it all, but that is like a changeover that they can't do. Timeout called by Dallas Mavericks with 4:17 to go in the regulation quarter. It still needs to talk this over. I know they can't let the league go into that, but I just really need to see what they can do if they can try to fix that up. But it's not always easy when you get this game through. But set up your way, I mean, just how you can play, it doesn't mean that you have it all. Just keep on going if you can. 4:17 to go. It looks like that the Wolves Back down by 4. They're going to do it. Bring on the pressure. Do what you can. Settle in now and ready for another knee switch up here for in between the offense and defense. Now as Doncic will now take things over. Reporter for David Aldridge as he's been talking over with Mike Conley about the bigger changeup. His better quote happens to be what they were expecting to play for him as all of their point guard positions with a better matchup. He has a lot of things to say about it. He goes with the quote. All teams I know of when I played here for my younger age, the better higher of an early life range happened to be a life career path, that's what I basically do. It's all nothing but they all matter. They really have to expect for anybody that can try to keep on coming down here at all games. It's a life quality to have more down. Yes, it's definitely what they all can definitely do. When they play for in between, they've got left. After a 3-second defensive on the court, Eric Gafford, this will be a 2-on-2. This will be a technical free throw for Mike Conley. Oh, bad is going to be happening out there. I know what's going on. He didn't really take out of him. You know, he's trying to like let somebody else get out of here, but that didn't really change anything. That's just, no. That doesn't change most of it because that is like turning things over. It's not going to work well enough at all. Here's Gobert right toward the corner. Gafford on him. With a shot. No foul called on Dallas that far. And Jones Jr., here comes the fast break. And it's coming back. Mike Conley will overtake. And he's on the full pressure. Looks for the 3. And it's tied up. And it's now 74-74. Wolfpack standing up. Looks like this is a close game in the battle. There's no way. They gotta try to stick these things out there because they can't let that mess up or get behind them. Doncic trying to get over with another motion in between. The pass over to Exum. Here's the arrow to Washington. Over with the pass. And it's stolen by Edwards. Here comes McDaniels. The lead. Good. Makes that outside. That's a Mavericks timeout. It's a Minnesota 3-ball in the lead. You know, better effort now. Conley, he's been like crunching. And this is whatever happened. We don't take effort on it. Let's show what we got and get to it. That's what I know for. We really have no idea what's going on now, but we got to play for a while. Just under 3 minutes left to remain in the regulation quarter. As you have the next game that's happening in the way of the game schedule, we have the first look for the NHL Eastern Conference Finals as you have the Toronto Maple Leafs facing on against the Carolina Hurricanes. Okay, foil on with the next game as we will have another take as the other side as we go right from here. The other games is the Dallas Stars facing against the Canucks. Back from the first season happened to be the Avalanche and the Flames. But now this is the next part of the team that they are facing for the Western Conference. Only Eastern Conference happened to be the American teams. But this time, it's just the Canadian team versus the American team. Both teams in Eastern and Western Conference. Ooh, I'm not sure what's going to happen now, but I'm thinking that I'm going to say Stars and the Maple Leafs. I'm going to say Canes and the Stars, so let's hope there is. And now it's time to present your New Balance player of the game, Mike Conley. You know how an effort happened to be to Mike Conley. All that percentage of that goal, got to keep on going in there. All happens now. Playing in for a better look at his defensive effort, that's where it starts off. You got to get that up. And the better points here for Mike Conley, he will add another Western Conference Finals at this point. Let's find out if he does more. Tim Hardaway Jr., a 3-pointer over Edwards and good. Wow, Hardaway Jr. makes a 3. As Doncic made that one plan work. He did a little bit of plan B instead of doing another 3-pointer. He just really wanted to try another way to go for another option. Here's Edwards, right on Washington, and a 3 for McDaniels. It's good! Right on the target line. It's an 80-77. And here's Doncic. He will now try to figure things out. Gafford gives it again to Doncic. Doncic coming down to a 2-minute mark zone in the fourth. We're down to 2 minutes to go. And it's Jones Jr. trying to give over again. And the pass over. Hardaway Jr. for the deep three. Are you kidding me? He makes another three-pointer. And Doncic with the assist. I had no idea what's going on. The time Hardaway Jr., that is just unbelievable to take. Oh! I was saying that. Anthony Edwards and slam does it all. You know what happens now, because that's what Anthony Edwards did. That's when he slammed that dunk in there. That is a crazy look to keep that in. That was the best highlight moment presented by AT&T 5G Second. And here's Doncic trying to show off what he can get there going. Back to Hardaway Jr. to screen for Gafford. Here's the take to tie it. And it goes in. Daniel Gafford with 6 points. After Hardaway Jr. with the assist. Team going under feet now. Near the 1-minute mark. All's loose. No backboard violation for the three. Misses the chance for the lead. Now the chance now for a lead or stay even. Doncic gives again to Washington. Over back again to Doncic. Here's the cut. And he slams it. One and go down. 35 points in the game just a minute ago. You know, you don't have enough to take over LD. That's when you got to try and see what you can do to try to leave that mark open. They are all over. After the block put up by Gafford, and then Tim Hardaway Jr. has it over to Washington. Give over to Doncic for the two. And it's good! Another three for Doncic. That's 37. Oh, range what happened now. I was really stunned. They are getting over this. They are getting a piece out of it to knock them out. And another one to say about this, that's the Dallas Mavericks on the road. Looks like they are pushing things up, and the finishing wave touches it. Do you ever expect how that happens with the beating upset of this game? Because you see the Mavericks beating against the Clippers, then beating against the Nuggets, and I think this next matchup is going to be a takeover for anybody. I just noticing that that's what happened here before, because the Denver Nuggets, they are definitely the best team, winning the whole thing in the last postseason. But this time, this must have been turned over for a win each. I can't really tell you what's going to happen. They really are expecting that playing in the important games, that was like the biggest moment that you were ever spotting it up. They've been knocking it. Brutal game, nothing happened. You wouldn't expect it if they would play it like all for it at once. But how are you going to get that one? I may not know what's going to happen. Well, I must say now, I mean, expectation is just what they could do. They got to keep on playing it like they did. Exactly. I know that's a bigger fate for the Timberwolves and for the Mavericks. Hopefully there's another take if they wanted to have it on. The pass to Conley for three. Got it! And a takeover to Doncic. Down to 30 seconds left to remain. All they have to do is to foul or give one left. Hardaway Jr. trying to give over to Doncic. Down to 10 seconds left to go. Doncic trying to leak it up. And it's the pass for the two. It's good. PJ Washington. Another two-pointer and a timeout by Minnesota. Their final timeout. Just playing it like Luka Doncic, the pass over to Washington. Just before the shot clock comes down to the end. They are expecting it. That was all it did happen. I can't believe that they are just getting through it. They just don't want to leave them alone. Well, as you already know, how did that game come out? I guess that game was really like a hard one to take, but I was really sure that that Minnesota trying to trail it back, but Dallas is taking over the first game. Well, I guess that now Luka Doncic is already on fire right now, but he wants to give somebody else a turn. All alone, trying to go for the largest point of the game. I just don't believe it. That's what Luka Doncic has never been doing it like that. Well, I might say, I mean, this could be an optional. Well, you may do it for once. As the postgame show is coming underway there, folks. We'll be sticking you around shortly after the final warm. I'll see you all later on the other side. Back to you, Big Rush. Alright, thank you so much, guys. I couldn't appreciate all without you. You're best. Hey, thank you so much out there. You're too to say. Here's a chance to Mike Conley. 13 seconds left. The three for Edwards. Misses. But that putback puts it in for Rudy Gobert. Now the timeout call by Dallas Mavericks. I don't know what's going to keep on going right now. I mean, this is what nobody has ever expected now, that the Wolves are just trying to reel it back. They have nowhere else to do. Both teams have no timeout with under 10 seconds remaining. They've got to do this before it's done. And this is it for Minnesota. Will this be turned up and for a lead or tie, or Dallas to take over game one? Let's find out what goes on. And here's the take to Doncic. He will have an intentional foul on Mike Conley. That'll be his second personal foul, just one foul to give. And this is totally it. If they don't have enough of a possession here, then that will be on. And take over to Washington and Hardaway Jr. He will be in the foul right turn corner, and that will end it off for Minnesota. 2.3 seconds, no time left. Hardaway Jr. at the free throw line, shooting two for the last chance. Jr. makes the free throw. If he makes the next one, it will be all over. And that's going to do. Final score, 91-87 is the score. What a huge disappointment here. But they will have more time left to get right back into it. I was always expecting what Minnesota could do, but Dallas, they started off on a road trip. Playing in Luka Doncic, the team on fire. And now we send you over to David Aldridge for the Jordan Player of the Game on the court side. David?
Kevin, Luka, you played well and you got the win. So what made the difference?
Yeah, I think we had a great game. I think it was a great game today. We stepped up together, played good defense. It was a great win.
Thanks for your time, man. Appreciate it. Kevin, back to you.
All right, David, thank you so much. And now about wrapped up with me as Paintbrush, along with the other commentators of Boomer and Lightbulb. Thanks for tuning us for the Western Conference Finals of the first game. We'll see you back then for the next couple of games after hockey, and we'll see how well we can do to keep an eye on. Thanks for watching. Have a great night. Alright, thank you so much, Paintbrush, and this one was a job done for Dallas Mavericks. They've been playing it for so long. A lot of competitions in between of the 2nd seed and the 5th seed, right in between the alley. Yeah, I know. The big group was not always easy, but this is what the hard one is. Here's how they did with those statistics. It was 65 3-pointers for Dallas Mavericks, and both guys were even up with 35s of the field goals. Only 100% free throws for Dallas Mavericks. 10, 50, and 8 on a fast break points in the paint, and second chance points for Minnesota. Then it was 23 bench points with 31 assists for Dallas Mavericks. They only had their 11th rebounds for the Minnesota on the offensive run, and the defensive rebound for Dallas Mavericks with 22. 6 steals for Minnesota, and 3 blocks for Dallas. 1 turnover had to be 9 points off for Minnesota. Then it was 3 team fouls that happened to be Dallas Mavericks. 8 dunks for Minnesota, 14 biggest lead. with the time possession 18-31 for Dallas Mavericks. This was a crush-off to start things up again. And just definitely you don't have to worry about that. They've got to play it like you mean it. And now it's time for new balances of the game as we start the third pick of the third star. 3 stars of the game. Alright, I'll start that first. Third star, start things over right now as we give a great look at it in it. And I've got a great feeling right now as it all goes to Jaden McDaniels with 16 points, 1 free rebounds with 5 assists, and he only had 1 steal. 6 out of 11 field goals is made and only 4 out of 5 3-pointers. It was only 27 performance set for Bendig. He did really okay. Just keeping it in here. Gangsta, you're up. Alright, thank you so much. Time for number 2 star. All gotta give a good credit for a New Balance player of the game, Mike Conley. He has 22 points in his effort. He got great. 7 out of 11 field goals, and he only got made 3-pointers out of 5, and it was 37 performance effort. Only has 7 assists and 1 steal, but that wasn't in case of how it happened with the last game against the Thunders. They've got to play it like they did, but I'm hoping he can get to do more than that. If he does more what he takes, it's going to take a lot of time to let him do with the figure 8 thing, the motion drive. And now, over to you, Terry, your number 1 star. Alright, thank you so much. First star, player of the night. A legendary with Luka Doncic had finished with 38 points, 8 rebounds with 7 assists, and 1 block of the game. 13 out of 17 field goals with 8 3-pointers out of 11, and had 3 dunks in his game. Only 54 performance effort, and that's why you call Luka Magic Run. I always say that point guard has been like all over everywhere, but you have to play for it, you gotta do it for real. And that about wraps it up, folks. I hope you enjoyed this part of the game. And as we're being said is, tomorrow night will be happening with the NHL, thanks to Paintbrush for the update. And I guess we will start that one underway on the other side very soon. Yeah, I like that idea. Let's go with that one. Perfect setup and a place to be. Love that. And that's it, folks. Thanks for joining with us, and I'll see you all again. Along with Terry Crews and Gangsta Beast, I'm MeFun, and this has been a presentation of the Western Conference Finals on 2K Sports. Peace out for a while as the NBA Western Conference Finals of the NBA 2k24 dial. We'll see you all again for Game 2 in between the Eastern and Western Conference. Until next time, peace! Until now, so long in Minneapolis, friends and fans.
If you don't, somebody will.